Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Pure Degeneracy show here on YouTube. My name is Adam Glick, joined by Ethan Weingart. As always, Glick's Picks, Wine Locks. We're back here on another Football Thursday. Ethan, how are we doing?
Feeling really, really good and refreshed after our monster week last week. How are you feeling?
Feeling really good. Ethan and I were talking to each other off the show. 26-13 combined record on last week's show. Ethan going a really good 8-4, and I went 18-9. So a little more volume, but Ethan putting out winners left and right as well. So we're feeling good
A bit more
about
volume.
that. But we're ready to, dive back into the slate this week. Obviously, college football coming to an end in the regular season. Had the conference championships. We killed all those picks last week, especially our
Maybe our
Longhorns.
first ever, maybe our second clean sweep of a game. And of course, it had to be our boys.
Yeah.
The
And
Texas
you
Longhorns.
took us home, Ethan, being there in person, boots on the ground, feeling good. Before we get into our first game that we'll discuss here on the show, please like and subscribe to the show below on YouTube. Helps us out a lot. And very exciting, I have a little sleeper code if you like daily fantasy and player prop action. That's the best site to use. That link is in the description as well. And you can see my name. It's honestly, it's spelled wrong actually on here, but Glick's Picks is the code. I think I spelled it with a little too much L action here on today's show. That's probably the coffee talking, but that's okay. Let's get to our first game. I got to queue up to share screen here, but as I said, we don't have college football really. We just have one big game, and it's Army Navy. We love our country, so we got to salute the troops and bet on this football game. It's pretty gross. Looking at the spread and line, both teams have really struggled, and their record of 5-6. Both will not be going bowling because they have wins over non-FBS opponents. Spread is 3 in favor of Army. Over under is now dropped 27.5. Huge money coming in on the under. Ethan, thoughts going into this fantastic football game?
I mean, I know it's usually not a good game, but you said it. You know, the Patriots come out to play. I've been around parties where people are doing push-ups, drinking beer. It's an atmosphere, whether it's a good game or not. So I think it should be an exciting game. I don't necessarily know if I have any plays though. Do you have any plays?
Yeah, I was looking at trying to come up with something
They
here.
both like to run a lot, right? That's
Love
gonna
it.
be
I mean, this
that's gonna
clock's
be
going
the
to be
center
moving.
of the game.
Yeah, Army has really struggled to throw the ball. I think they have 6 touchdowns to 11 interceptions this year. 4 different guys have thrown interceptions. That's really bad, obviously.
Mhm.
Navy has not done too much better on offense either with throwing the ball, but both these teams, it's going to be a very physical game, one at the line of scrimmage. But it's going to be, I think, I kind of like watching these games even because the pace, they just move. That clock's always running. It's very,
Yeah.
not a lot of penalties as they
Mhm.
should be with service academies, very disciplined teams. So in this game, honestly, I got to ride with one team. And because I'm in San Diego, we have a great Navy base here, Camp Pendleton, um, Point Loma, whatever. So I'm going to head to the water and support the people that defend on the water. We're going to Navy. I'm going to take a money line, good ROI action. I think they upset Army in this Armed Forces game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great start to the show right there.
Yeah, that's what I have. Anything from you before we move on?
No, I think we can just keep it moving. Let's get to the best
Yes.
game of the week, which is Thursday night football.
Yeah, you might
Say
wanna
that with a
scroll
train.
over this game, but we gotta talk about it because it is prime time. It's the only
Yeah,
NFL game here.
we go from an incredible game last week.
Yeah, incredible.
Yes, the best Thursday night football game probably of the season to an even better one of the New England Patriots and Pittsburgh Steelers, two
Yeah.
slugger teams, Super Bowl contenders, perhaps.
Yeah, never seen the NFL over under this low. It's at 30, and people are slamming the under as they should be. Line has dropped just a tad in favor of the Patriots, dropped from about 6.5 to now 5.5. Steelers, the favorite in a big game for the Steelers in their playoff hopes, despite losing last week. Patriots, Ethan, I saw a thing that their defense has been like the best defense in football the last 4 weeks, but their record is 0-4. They haven't been giving up points, but they can't score. And I watched the
Hello, Brian,
Chargers game.
offensive coordinator. Shout out.
Yeah, I watched the Chargers game in the pouring rain in New England last week. That was disgusting. Chargers, shout out Longhorn legend Cameron Dicker. 2 field goals, they win 6-0.
Yeah.
Also, before we dive right into this, Ethan, very loyal viewer. Shout out to Mike commenting in the comments down below. Defend the water. Steelers alt spread -13. Love the energy. Love the picks. Thanks for joining us here at the lunch break.
Mike, we're always happy to have you.
So, Ethan, I ask you this.
Yeah.
This game is gross, but are we diving into some plays with this game?
Yes, and I think I'm going to take a page out of your book.
Okay.
On a interception thrown, because that seems like this game just is going to be so ugly. I kind of want to take an interception thrown for both quarterbacks, to be honest, but I think it could be very easy.
Trubisky has a little bit better ROIs for you.
I see.
Zappy's more likely to throw a pick.
It's so crazy that they're favored to both throw picks, but I'm going to take both of them.
Okay.
We're going to start off being really degenerate. We're going to do Patriots. I got to keep things current here. So we're at bang. So I'm going to do both QBs to throw a pick.
I love it. Okay.
Because
are you touching
we're just
any side?
Wait, say that again.
No, are you touching any over under side, or those are the 2 plays?
I think that those are going to be my only plays, because I really have no commentary on the horror that I'm going to be forced to watch today. So
yeah,
what are your
luckily I have plans, so I will not be watching this game.
Nice.
But it doesn't mean I'm gonna not have action on Thursday Night Football. That's what we do here. Let's get into my play in this game. Listen, touchdowns are going to be scored at not a good rate here. If any, I would throw a flyer maybe on no touchdowns scored in this football game. But if I had to take one person, and it's going to be one person, his odds are so good. It's going to be George Pickens. Anytime touchdown, +330. I'm throwing my hat into the ring there. I'm also going to do the classic 2-team teaser as well, Ethan. Steelers dropped from now 5.5 to +0.5. They just got to win the game, and under up to 36. So under 36, Steelers to win the game, basically. It's my 2 leg teaser that I like to do in the same game. So those are my 2 plays. You got 2 picks. Anything else before we move on here?
I want to stop talking about this as soon as we started. So let's just keep it going.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Let me pull up.
This may be the ugliest Thursday Night Football game of the season, which is saying a lot.
For sure. And we've had horrible games. We had Bears Panthers a few weeks ago.
Horrible. Garbage.
Absolute garbage, but doesn't mean that we don't have a little action and fun on the game. Let's pull up our next game here on the NFL slate. We got Colts and Bengals, some really intriguing games. I know a lot of teams struggling with quarterbacks' health right now, but it's very intriguing games. This one is very fun, I think, and a huge game for both sides. Colts 1-point favorites against the Bengals. Bengals looked the part last week against the Jags. What a win for them. With Jake Browning, he looked incredible. What's your thoughts going into this game?
So this is a play that I've been betting on these past couple weeks. Can you go to the over touchdowns thrown now? We're going from 6 to touchdowns. So let's see what we got here. Good. Okay. So Jake Browning played incredible last week, so much so that I picked him up on my fantasy team that is in desperate need of a quarterback. And he's on the bench right now behind Russell Wilson. Could we make a flip? We could possibly make a flip there. But I think I'm going to make 2 plays in this game, both for the Bengals, because I want to keep – I think I had said maybe on this podcast, or maybe I was just talking to someone else. I think that Jake Browning has the potential to really sling the ball, and he showed that last week. When he was at Washington, he had some really high yardage passing seasons. He can get it done. and he proved that. So I think that I'm going to take a Browning official play, Browning over 1.5 touchdowns thrown,
I
and a
like
Jamar Chase anytime touchdown also.
I will also ride with you on the Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. Favorite thing as a sports bettor to do is do the gritty with Chase when he gets in the end zone. Fortunate enough to do it last week against the Jags. So let's try to go back to the well there with Jamar Chase. And, there are a lot of question marks if Browning would, get Chase into the offense with Burrow going down. And they looked very much in sync last week against the Jags. We'll see if that can continue. For the Colts side of things, Ethan, you've been really in your bag lately, and I am gonna tail something that you took in the other game. I'm taking Gardner Minshew over half an interception here,
Okay.
basically at even odds. He's a turnover machine. He did not have any last week against the Titans in their comeback overtime win. I think he throws one here against the Bengals. It's going to be a great game. Don't really feel comfortable betting either side. So
Yeah.
I'm going Jamar Chase anytime, Tud, and Minshew over half a pick.
So, okay, so I'm going to make one more play. You said
Okay.
that you weren't comfortable betting on either team, which I understand. But
Mm-hmm.
from the Texans' perspective, we need as many L's that we can take from both the Jags and the Colts. So
Mm-hmm.
the Bengals right now are my best friend because they beat the Jags yesterday or last week, and now we need them to beat the Colts again. So I'm going to just do a Bengals money line.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
purely because I'm loyal to the Texans and I need them to lose. That's it. So, and because it's even odds, we don't know what's going to happen. Easy.
Yeah. No, I like it a lot. It's either team's game. It's in Cincy, so if I had to take a side, probably go Cincy, but it's too much of a toss up for me. Both teams
Yeah.
playing with so much on the line in that AFC race right now for those wild card positions. Let's move to our next game. It's going to be Jags and Browns in Cleveland. I believe they're starting Flacco again,
Did he
if I'm
play well
correct.
last week? I didn't really pay attention. Let's see how he did.
No, he did not play well last week. They lost 36-19 to the Rams.
He,
I guess his numbers were okay. Threw the ball
they're
44
okay.
times.
5.8 yards per attempt is not
Yeah.
good though. But
But the big question mark, and I think that's why this line is like it
mhm,
is that is Trevor going to play? He had an ankle injury
right,
at the end of the last game. I don't know if he's playing. This is why I'm a little wary of taking something in.
yeah, he looked. I mean, it took him. Everyone was talking about the absence of the cart last week. He had to walk all that, which he wanted to do, but he did not look good on that walk.
No.
This just says that this is a report from an hour ago that he was spotted on the field for practice today. And that apparently Lawrence said on Wednesday that his right ankle felt much better than he anticipated it was. So it seems like it's could be like a pure game time decision is what it seems like. But it seems like he's trending in a good direction.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if that helps. But I agree with you though. Like I think that this game is really going to come down to if he plays or not.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. If CJ Beathard were to play, I would feel very comfortable on taking another over interception, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like that as well. I don't feel super comfortable in anything in this game, but the one thing I'm gonna do, and it's pure as the show indicates, purely degenerative of me. I'm
Mhm.
taking Browns first to 10 points in this game. I don't know if either
That's a
team.
first. That's a first. We've never done that on the show before.
Never, never. So
Mhm.
I just saw it. Here it is. Minus 145, race to 10. I don't think either team will get much more than 10. So that's why I'm doing first to 10. I think the Browns, though, at home, they did not look good against a not so great Rams team, even though they are playing really well lately. Big game for both teams. I think Browns get it done.
Okay,
So,
nice. Yeah, and I
yeah.
don't think I'll have any plays on this game either. Well, you know what? You know what? I will. I will. Let's
Okay.
go. We're just getting creative, as you said, pure degeneracy. Sometimes if you don't want to make bets on a game because you think it's going to be ugly, you just got to find your way around that. So
Mhm.
I think I want to go to the sack props here.
Ooh.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, let's do some defensive
We
plays. Oh, they're
Doesn't
not.
look like we have anything here.
Okay,
The
so whenever it comes up, because I will do it,
Okay.
whenever it comes up, I'm gonna bet on Garrett to get like I don't how does
It
DraftKings usually work? It's like
it's probably would
7.75
be
of a sack.
yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm
Okay.
gonna do. It's not there yet, but for so as the I'm the, so for the viewers, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Um, that's what we're doing.
I like that a lot. And my logic behind first and 10 with the Browns is who knows how healthy Lawrence would be even if he plays. I think they start out slow, especially if Beathard plays. I think the
Yeah,
Browns are going to win that game.
yeah.
But I'm not too comfortable in betting a
No,
spread.
it's another ugly one.
Yeah. Let's move to your team, Ethan. Your team is all kinds of fun every single week.
I know.
Uh, they
So stressful.
never, yeah, they never cease to entertain.
Hmm.
They're 3.5 point favorites. This line has dropped significantly. I think it was at 6.5 a few days ago. I know Tank Dell got hurt, big loss for you guys. But you're better than the Jets. I think the Jets announced that Wilson will be the quarterback for them again. What
Hmm.
are your thoughts in this game?
So I've said it so many pod episodes in a row. I learned my lesson early in the beginning of the podcast as we were kind of starting to do this. It's so hard for me to bet on the Texans because I literally never know what they're going to do every week, and they've been so inconsistent. Even though we're 7-5 and CJ's looking great and the offense is looking great, the defense played. I had a play last week for Cortland Sutton to get under 77 yards.
Should have
And
hit.
my thinking was right there. Stingley did an incredible job. He had multiple picks, 4 pass breakups. He just allowed that one long bomb to Sutton, and I don't even know if he was on him. He probably was, but so that was a little bit of a bummer. However, I I do want to make at least one official play here. Can we see Noah Brown's over receiving yards? Is it even there? No, that's
Looks like we just have Nico Collins right now for the
yeah. And I want to. I'm starting Nico Collins in fantasy. He had a huge game last week against Pat Surtain, which was really promising. But I'm going to stay away from it. Denzel Ward is also a really tough corner. So I hope he does well. But uh, I want to see. I wanted to see what the Noah Brown odds are because he played his first 2 healthy games of the season. He had over 150 yards in back-to-back games, and then he got hurt again. He came back last week, but played pretty sparingly, and now he's going to get a chance again to really share some of that spotlight with Nico Collins. So I really like him to play well, but I just should I just say like there's probably a website or something where I can probably find his over and bet it. So
yeah.
for the viewers out there, I'm just going to say whatever his over is, I'm just throwing money into the fire here. So as an official play, I'm doing Noah Brown over receiving yards, and we'll find out what that is whenever we see it.
Sounds good. I'm trying to see. I don't think your game is. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's even on my book as well. Just has those 3 guys. I don't know why.
Well, as the week goes on, maybe that'll change. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens. But that's my one play for now. I was thinking about maybe doing a sack or Jonathan. I think I'm going to stay away
Yeah.
though. I think that this game can be really defensive. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah. Okay. So for the viewers, full transparency, like this weekend is my dad's birthday, and for his birthday,
Yep.
we're going to be at Circa with a seat for all the NFL games. So like I need just picks flowing out the wazoo. This is going to be a great time. Hopefully, we make some money. So this game is actually, I talked to him about this. His favorite play. He loves your team, Ethan. He's going to take him spread, probably money line as well.
Okay.
I don't know. Um, I agree with your take about being a defensive game. That line's 33.5, which is super
Mhm.
low. But
Mhm.
you guys are better. You guys are just flat out
Yeah.
better than the Jets.
We
You're
are
paying
we
a
are
lot.
definitely the more talented team, but that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I
It
know.
doesn't matter because we will lose to a game-winning field goal like it did
True.
4 or 5 times. So I don't know what's gonna
So one thing I'm gonna do, official play,
Okay.
is I'm gonna take Garrett Wilson over 54.5 receiving yards. He's gonna need to play well in this game for the Jets to have a chance, and that's
Yeah.
obviously Zach Wilson's favorite target, as it should be.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think this is a game where you should take touchdown scores. I don't know how many touchdowns will be scored personally,
Mhm.
but I am gonna take. I'm gonna throw a flyer here. I'm gonna buy also half a point here, so it at least could push if it happens. I'm taking Texans -3 instead of 3.5, so the odds a little worse, but still good enough to bet it. -3. I think Texans win this game. I think it's close. Could see them winning by 3. But I do think they pulled out kind of like that Broncos game. You know, they had that great drive at the end, the Broncos, and you stopped them uh,
Mhm.
at the end zone. I just think you're going to pull out a gutsy win. Um, but who knows what's going to happen in this
Yeah.
Texans game?
Yeah, who knows? I'm not one of the people who knows. So
Yeah,
we'll see what happens, but we're praying for a win. We need it. We're in the thick of it in the AFC South. So we need to keep winning. We need other teams to keep losing. So we'll see what happens. It's crazy that I'm even saying that, but
yeah,
you know,
it's a
let's
good spot to be in. I think you would have taken being in the spot before the season, correct?
Well, I've said it before on the podcast again. There were so many news outlets that were thinking that the Texans were going to be the worst team in the league this year. I never thought that was going to be the case. I pegged us to be like a 500-ish team, like an 8-8 or something like that. And it
Yeah,
seems like that's kind of the trajectory that we're going in. However, like as I've been saying, every single team that I thought we would beat, we've lost to, and vice versa, except for like the Ravens and Colts at the beginning of the season. Every other team has been different. So I have no idea what's going on. I'm literally so confused every single week. But the thing is, you can tell that this team is special and is going to continue to get better as the years go along. So it's a very exciting time to be a Texans fan for sure. And I'm really happy with what I'm seeing from Nick Caserio, the GM, and our offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick. Just everything seems to be going pretty well. So it's fun to say that after 4 or 5 years of pure torture. So um, things are good. I can't complain.
yeah.
So
For sure. And for the viewers watching this, if you don't know, just quickly here before we get to the next game, the race in the AFC South is crazy. You have
it
Jags,
always is crazy when the
yeah,
Texans are good. It's always crazy. It's weird.
Jags 8-4. You have Colts and Texans both respectively at 7-5, and then I can't even. It would take too long. The wild card race in the AFC is absolutely bonkers. You have
Yeah.
so many teams fighting for spots right now and separated by basically one game. I'm
Mhm.
just looking at it.
It's like the fantasy football. It's like fantasy football. It's crazy.
Literally. You have 5 through 11 right now in the AFC wildcard picture that are separated by one game in the standings, which,
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable. And
Yeah.
let's not forget that you also have the Chargers and Raiders. I don't think either make a late push, but they're right there at 5 and 7 if they got hot. So technically, you have 5 through 13 still in the thick of things down the stretch.
Yeah.
Um, so, with that in mind, and as the show progresses here in late December, early January, we're going to have some fun with some of these big time games that will happen. Let's move to a huge, huge game. And like we talked about, just now. Big game for the Texans in regards to the wild card race. We have the Chiefs and the Bills.
Mm.
Huge game for the Buffalo Bills on the outside looking in right now. They head to Kansas City. Line has dropped from 2.5 to 1.5.
Wow.
Thoughts on Chiefs and Bills? And I think Chiefs coming off a Sunday night loss to the Packers, very surprisingly.
Yeah, we that was one of the plays from last week. Jordan Love over the touchdowns
Yeah.
from me. And he's been playing hot. Yeah, I don't think that I'm comfortable taking a money line team in this spot because of how close it's going to be. It's kind of like last week. I wasn't. You got it last week. You took 49ers money line versus the Eagles. This is kind of the same situation for me where I just I feel like it could go either way. But I think I will take a touchdown score and Stephon Diggs.
I was going to say this is the game where I think touchdown scores would be good plays.
Yeah, so that's my official play. Diggs anytime touchdown.
Like it. Like it a lot. I'm going to take Pacheco anytime touchdown.
That'd be great for me
I
because yeah, I need that.
I think he gets in, and I'm gonna sprinkle another play here. Dalton Kincaid
I
anytime touchdown.
tell mind. Yep. I'm knocking on wood. You've taken him before, and it's hit. It's a good
Yeah,
play.
I think knock on wood, but every time I've taken him on this show, his props or whatever I've taken have
Yeah.
hit. I
Yep.
love
You're right.
so I'm going there as well, and I'm going to take something here. I'm going to go Bills money line. I think they win this game. I know it's crazy. Chiefs are still fighting for a lot of things right now.
Mhm.
Trying to get that top seed even or get a better seed in the AFC playoff picture. But I think the Bills have something to prove. They always play well against the Chiefs. I know they don't always win, but
Yeah.
it's
But they
classic
put up
games.
points for
Yeah.
sure. You're right about that.
Classic games every time they play. They're also I love teams coming off byes, so
Mhm.
you have an extra week to prepare for the Chiefs. They lose an absolute heartbreaker in the pouring rain a couple weeks ago to the Eagles in overtime. This
Mhm.
team is good. They shoot themselves in the foot too often, but I think they get it done. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
take them.
based on that, that was incredible reasoning here. So give me one more play. I'm gonna
Okay,
do touchdown scores again.
okay, I'll go back
Oh,
to it.
no,
Yeah,
I lied. Passing props is what we
okay,
need. We need passing props.
yeah,
We are going to take, oh, go figure, 1.5 for Josh Allen. We're going to take the
love it.
over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
I like that play. You just gotta be careful he doesn't run one in and
Yeah,
really
I mean that could happen, but with I, what you said is absolutely true. It seems like every time the Bills play the Chiefs, they put up points.
yeah.
So we're gonna be degenerate like that. So
I love it. I mean, I'm looking forward to this game. I think this game's gonna be great.
yeah.
And it's in the afternoon slate where the other games are not so good, so this is gonna
Mhm.
be all eyes glued to the TV during this game.
For
Let's
sure.
move to an incredible, like, the best Sunday night game I can remember this season. Eagles, Cowboys,
Yeah.
quote, unquote, "America's team," and division on the line for the
Yeah.
Cowboys
Oh
here.
yeah.
They're favored by 3.5 points in this spot. Little surprised when that came out earlier this week. Ethan, what are your thoughts, Cowboys and Eagles?
No, I'm taking Eagles money line right off the bat. Um,
I
the
like it.
Cowboys have been playing well. I still think that, and again, as a Texans fan, I don't hate the Cowboys at all. I just think that the Eagles have more talent, and I like them to win this game. So we'll probably end up coming back to some player props, but that's how I want to start this game off.
I like it. I'm gonna quickly. He didn't hit last week for the first time in a while, and now his odds are better as usual. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to take advantage of that. I'm going AJ Brown anytime touchdown in this game against Dallas. I'm gonna also piggyback your play, Ethan. I think the Eagles are the better team. I think they win this football game. I'm taking a money line as well, and
Well, I'm
then one.
backing off of you because I'm gonna take that any AJ Brown anytime touchdown too because I
Love
really
it.
need it.
I love it. So we're all on the same page there. And then one last play in this game that I'm going to do. Let's see here. Props. Da, 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 da. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts over 1.5 passing touchdowns in
That
this
would be
game.
fantastic too.
So if he could throw one right away to AJ Brown, that would be a great start.
Hmm. That I would really appreciate that because fantasy football, it's like I don't know if it's like this for the leagues that you're in, but for the three leagues I'm in,
Yeah, last week.
yeah, I'm in four leagues, three of them for money, and in all three leagues, there's like at least five or six teams out of the 10 or 12 teams that are like 7-6, 6-7, and it's I'm one of those teams in every league, so it's horrifying, and this is the time back
Yeah.
against the wall. How are we going to respond? We need wins. So
Yes. Sweaty Sunday right now in
yeah,
fantasy football leagues across the country.
100%. Yeah, there will be pancakes digested in the morning, and then lots of football watched in the afternoon. So
Yeah. Should be, especially with no college football really other than Army, Navy, there's like this is a focused NFL Sunday.
yeah,
Um, it's gonna be great. And I think we've just ran through like a lot of really good games. I'm
mhm.
excited to watch them. Let's move. This is a very weird thing. We got two more games that we'll do. We'll quickly run through one of them because it's not a good game. there's 2 Monday night games, if you didn't know, for the viewers at the same time on Monday. Don't think it's great scheduling, personally.
Probably not.
Uh, 2 rival networks. I think one's ABC. Maybe it's not rival. One's ABC, one's ESPN, so maybe they're the same. Dolphins Titans is the first game. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I think Dolphins take care of business.
Yeah.
I was actually watching Hard Knocks last night, and that's the Dolphins. So now I'm like this huge Dolphins fan for some reason. What are your thoughts in this Dolphins Titans game, if you have any plays?
Um, you know what I'm gonna do, because we're gonna keep riding the fantasy football wave.
Okay,
I'll do an A chain anytime touchdown because I really need it.
I
Uh,
like it.
um, but I don't. I feel like Tyreek is probably. I don't know. Maybe I'll take Tyreek too. I don't know. He's always a good play. Um, um,
And they're not pulled up yet, but
okay.
whatever the odds are, yeah, official
Um,
plays.
um, I think I'm actually just going to stick with the A chain anytime touchdown because I need him. I need him a lot.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I agree. Dolphins should take care of business there. We need it. Titans need to keep losing. So we'll see what happens.
I'm going to take Will Levis over 211 and a half passing yards in this game as an official play. I think Titans are behind basically the entire time. They're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. And I'm also going to take, he was really good last week, and that's probably because I played him in fantasy, but they don't have the odds listed here. I'm taking Derrick Henry anytime touchdown.
Nice.
Yeah, I
No,
think he had 2
hasn't
last
been
week.
talked a lot about this year, but
Yeah.
he's him.
And Titans losing an absolute heartbreaker last week to the Colts. They're still in the thick of the. I guess not. Never mind. They're 4-8. I thought they were 5-7. Yeah, heartbreaking loss. And I'm also gonna do. Do I want? I'm doing a lot of plays as I usually do, Ethan. I'll do the teaser here. So I'm big on the Titans in this game, actually.
Really?
Plus 19 and under 52.5. So my classic teaser there. So this is a 3-play game for me, and we have 2 Monday night games, so that's a lot. But yeah, I think it's everyone's gonna slam the Dolphins as they probably should, but
Yeah.
it's Monday night and things can get scripted on Monday night as we know. So
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. So wow, I mean, it's been a fast episode, but we have rattled some plays off without.
yeah, Ethan, I've put you to work here. I mean, you probably have a lot of plays on that sheet right now.
Yeah, a pretty decent amount. Well, we can count them after. I think we were 36 last week. We're not. I don't think we're going to come close today, but no college. But yeah,
Yeah, of
a lot of
course.
NFL plays. I'm happy with
Yes.
with what we're doing.
And let's do our last NFL game here. Another Monday night game at the same time. Packers heading to MetLife for the Giants. Packers quietly have looked like one of the best football teams in the league the last few weeks. Jordan Love might be him, and he's
Yeah,
facing the Giants.
they're starting to call him a franchise quarterback now. The game, as I gagged, it still makes me want to vomit, but I don't know. Tommy DeVito is not horrible. You know what I
No.
mean?
Shout out Tommy Meatballs. 2 straight
Mm,
wins in a row. They're coming off a bye. He's actually looked okay.
yeah,
I thought the first couple games he played, he looked horrible. He wouldn't throw the ball, but now he's starting to sling a little bit.
yeah.
And he shout out to his family. Still lives at home. Has classic Italian food. I think his mom's probably a fantastic cook. I would love to have some of her food. So it makes me kind of like the Giants and Tommy Meatballs. We'll see here. Packers 6.5. What are your thoughts?
I don't really think I have any. I don't think I have any plays for this game. I could do another Jordan Love. Do you think his passing touchdowns are at 1.5 again?
It
They are,
is
and you know what that means? That means I'm going to take it. So
plus
that'll
100.
be my play again. We hit it last week. We're going to keep trying. Official play Love over 1.5 touchdowns thrown.
Love it. I'm gonna do Mr. Tommy. I keep calling him Meatballs, so I'm going to call him for this prop because I want him to hit. Tommy DeVito over half a touchdown. I think he gets one and cashes me home to victory. And then I'm going to do my classic teaser to take me home, Ethan. We're
Right.
going to go Giants plus 12.5 and the under of 42.5.
That's perfect timing. All right, good. Sweet. So it seems like, let me do a quick count
Yeah.
here. 36, I think, last week. And today we got 1, 2.
Yeah, 36 last week. We went 26-13, our best record on the show. Both of us did very well, respectively. Let's see if we can
Okay,
continue.
listen. We did well. We're at 28. 28 picks, no NCAA. We came to play with the
Yes.
NFL today.
And I think you did too, Ethan. You have a lot more plays, I think. Like, how many do you probably have almost as much as last week, and
Um,
there's less games that we talked.
yeah, I know. I have
Maybe more, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. I put a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12.
Exactly the same as last week, and we talked about a lot less games, I think.
Yeah.
So you came to play. Let's continue that momentum
Yeah.
as well. And quick kind of looking ahead spot. I counted, I think we got 8 bowl games that we'll discuss on next week's show from our time to the following week's show. So
Mhm.
8 bowl games. So we'll get back into college football a little bit. There's 6 on not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So we'll discuss all of that. And so it'll be a pretty full show next
Yeah.
week.
And stay tuned for probably 2 episodes from now, because that is probably when we're going to want to do our UT parlay as we get into the playoffs. I think we're probably going to cook up a massive one, and
Yeah.
it will be from a special location. I will be in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So it'll be a
Wow.
little bit of an international episode. But I'm really looking forward to it. That's, I think, 2 weeks from now is when pure degeneracy that we have no choice. UT's in
Yeah.
the playoff. It's a massive accomplishment. There is no choice but to be a degenerate. So,
Yes.
um,
We'll discuss here, as Ethan indicated, either the December 21st show or December 28th, depends on both our schedules. Let's see
mhm,
what we can do. But
mhm,
one of those 2 Thursdays, we will have massive, massive college football playoff plays,
yeah,
huge units. So we're excited
PG,
for that. But yeah, Ethan, it was fun as always.
yep,
Think we did well. Remind
yep.
us quickly what we have in this. Do we have anything in this gross game tonight?
Yeah, we do. Patriots and Steelers. Just good lord.
Yeah.
Um, I have both quarterbacks to throw an
Yeah.
interception, and then you have a Pickens anytime touchdown, and then you have
Teaser.
your nice little teaser Steelers at the plus half a point, and then the under 36. So
Okay.
that's what
So
we
we'll
have
sweat
going on.
tonight. We are
Yeah, if you
sweating
could call it
tonight.
that. I'm gonna be playing in a basketball game, so there will be sweating going on. And then I'll try to be checking the game as I leave the game. We'll see what happens, but yeah, great show. I'm glad that we kept our degeneracy going even in the absence of college football. We found a way to keep our numbers pretty consistent. So uh yeah, great show. I'm looking forward to really sweating the games out because it's really starting to matter. So,
Yeah. Love December NFL football. Should be a great weekend on the
mhm,
gridiron. Follow our plays, also our social medias, TikTok and um, I always get it wrong. Yeah, TikTok and Instagram.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Those links are also below in the description. And listen, a lot of fantasy matchups, daily fantasy. Best place to do it, Sleeper. Use the code below, Glick's Picks, even though it's spelled wrong on my name here. Doesn't matter. That's it for myself, Adam Glick, and Ethan Weingart. Thanks so much for tuning into the Pure Degeneracy. And we'll see you back here Thursday, full show, bowl games, and NFL playoff action for that. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your weekend.